Crash Tag Team Racing, the bonus video, just going to be called Player, because we can. We're going to be on empty slot 3. And what is this? Why am I playing this again? What? Well, there is a thing called a crate mod loader by Beta M. Beta M has been very cool in the Crash community and basically data mined a bunch of stuff for Nitro Fueled and yeah, a bunch of stuff. But you may notice that I'm playing as Ebenezer Von Clutch. And what's this? Well, the mod loader essentially allows you to randomize a couple of stuff, and one of the randomizers is the character you play as. Yeah, we Wow, I was not prepared for that. Yeah, one of the things you get to do is randomize that, but you can also randomize, I think, vehicles, the track entrances, the minigame entrances, yeah, a couple of stuff like that. Really cool that this is a thing. It's actually really cool that all these characters have like a belly flop of sorts. I mean, Von Clutch's belly flop is not quite normal. I mean, it's not terrible. I would like to get a closer look at it. It's crazy that all this is animated. He doesn't do this stuff. Because this is animated. Like, this is... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. How has this happened? Like, obviously the spin makes sense, but... So if I was randomized in a way that I got Coco, would that all be animated? Like, would her spin be right? I don't know. Fascinating to think about. But yeah, he's basically just started this program which basically lets you mod the Crash games. Twin Sanity and Crash Nitro Kart has them as well. Twin Sanity, you can randomize the gems, which is super cool, where the gems show up. Nitro Kart, you can basically change, what is it you can change? Like the speed variables, so where what your speed could just be super fast and stuff. It's really cool. I was sort of hoping, because it's not a like pre-rendered cutscene, it might just be Von Clutch like glitching, but it was not, and that's mildly disappointing. But yeah, so no, this is just a little bonus video showing it off. Link in the description if you want to get the thing. It's gonna be cool. What happens if I talk to people?
Oh, Crash, thank goodness you're here. I've been trying to get this car working, but that stupid know-it-all-know-nothing Nina stole my future.
Huh, that's crazy, but it's just done that way. It's pretty neat. So what happens if I talk to myself? Obviously nothing magical is going to happen, but I figured it can't hurt. I can't get over that though, that's pretty magical. Hey there.
Crash Bandicoot?
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. What happens if I was to... No! Spin this, or triangle this, and it's... Yeah, it's just going to do... Yeah, it's just going to go to that. Alright, well, let's see what we got. Originally, it was Von Clutch's lanes. I've randomized this, so it won't be. I don't know what it will be. Be anything. Okay, so one of two things have happened. Either it has randomized it to be the exact same thing, which is not actually impossible, or it didn't work. But since Von Clutch worked, maybe it was just randomly made the same thing. I don't know. But you know what? Bowling's always great, so we're going to play some more bowling. Why not? Oh, that gives me a... Okay, so it gives me an excuse to tell this story. Yay! Strike! So I went bowling with... I went to Manchester to see my friends. Emil, David, and Harper. Emil's the awesome Golden IDS and Unconventional Squid. And we ended up going bowling. And it was cool. But like, we had the barriers up on one of the games and we didn't on the other. And I was just like, I wonder if it's possible to actually miss all of them when the barriers are up, because like, you know, it must be quite hard, because, you know, it's just the barriers go up almost all the way. Literally the first throw, I'm like, let's trick shot it. Let's just bounce it off all the barriers. completely missed every single one of them. It went all the way across and just clipped the edge of the final barrier, and just... It was so funny. It was incredible. I'm sure it's one of those things you sort of had to be there, but God, I just sort of went to my knees and just sort of started laughing, crying. And then the next shot, I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna throw it under legs. And as I threw it under my legs, I just sort of walked off, not looking, and I got 9. So I made up for it. It was pure style, and also really funny. It was just great. It was just a good time. But yeah, bowling is great. Really hurts the wrist for a couple of days, and by a couple of days, I think I'm gonna go over a week. Like, it was surprisingly very painful, but it was a great time. It's interesting. We talked about going bowling ages ago. Like, it was. I think it was something that even came up in a stream that was in like one of my best of videos in the end, because there was a joke that was made or whatever. But yeah, it was just great. It was great fun. Always great to see them. And we had a good old game of bowling. A good old game of bowling is pretty neat. So yeah, did get 1 or 2 strikes, which was quite cool as well. I think we all did. We all did pretty well. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, we totally. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, we totally got 300 easy, but you know, we did alright. Considering we haven't bowled in a very, very long time, I think we did quite well. I think I got a strike on the final throw, you know, where you get more attempts if you get a strike or a spare, which is pretty cool. I was quite happy with that. And the bowling alley we went to had some really silly like animations, which is kind of what you hope for. But yeah, it was just very, very bizarre. It was a good time. We had a good time. Oh no! Oh, yeah, this didn't go too well. I'd love to get 120. I suspect that's not happening. Oh, have I redeemed? I have redeemed! I got exactly 120. I don't know what I needed. 150 for gold? Really? I feel like it didn't used to be that high. Oh, maybe the amount you need is randomized. Oh, I wonder if... Oh, maybe that is true. Maybe that's what it is. That would be interesting. Well, let's go to the other one and find out, shall we? I'll say this isn't going to be a particularly long video. I just wanted to do a little bonus to show it off because it's cool. It's cool, and I wasn't expecting, you know, this. It was epic. Oh, so this is Astroland. No, it's randomized. It's just that it transpired that we got the same thing. Okay, good stuff. That's pretty funny. It's been a while since I played this. In said time, I have gotten considerably worse. Which, you know, is fine. It happens. Well, the amount seems to be the same, so I'm going to return to the park. I don't care. We're going to go to the first area of the game briefly, just so we can do it, really. It's unfortunate that the hilarity of the T-posing head spin has sort of lost its weight after the first time, but it's still pretty good. I do like it. It's not as good as it was the first time, but it is grand. I really wasn't expecting that. I wonder if it's actually going to be the right area. Like, I know the tracks are randomized. I wonder if this is randomized. What are they randomized? Characters, minigames, tracks, something else. I don't know. Let's find out. Well, it says it's Pirates of the Carburetor. What actually is it? No, that's right, because it's supposed to be Tiki Turbo. Okay, interesting. Okay, so let's get to the next track. Does it only randomize the, well, the lagging's still here. Yeah, does it only randomize the, tracks of the area? I mean, that would be silly, right? But yeah, I should mention, this is still a work in progress. I think Beta M is going to update it mildly regularly. Uranus is mine! Yeah, no, it does randomize it completely, doesn't it? Okay. Yeah, he's going to update it fairly regularly, creating new stuff for it, which is pretty cool. Wait, there's even a death animation for... What? But how is there a death animation? Like, I don't understand. Surely they would have had to animate that. Like, did they actually animate every animation for all the characters? Because, like, when you don't animate a character properly, that's what happens. This right here is what happens. There isn't a spin animation for Von Clark, thus this happens. So how can there be stuff like this? Was every character going to be playable at one point? I like that 2 of the this world's tracks ended up being in this world. That's crazy though. That would be fascinating to learn about. Yeah. That's so weird. Well, the final thing that has been modded, and I completely forgot what it was. I've looked it up. I know what it is. Randomizes race laps. So how many laps there are within the race. Let's find out. Let's go into a quick little race and see how many laps it is. Can't wait to find out. It's 20 or something. I mean, I assume it's between like 3 and 7. 4, yeah, pretty much. Interesting, so it's not randomized in race. What is also interesting is this is like one of the longest tracks. So this might be where we end it, I think. Yeah, this is just super cool that this is a thing. And I wasn't going to do a bonus video like this, but whilst I was on holiday, he revealed it. And I was like, oh sweet, let's make a video on it. It's cool. So here we are. So, thank you for watching this playthrough. I've had a blast. Next time, we will be doing Rugrats Search for Reptar, which won't be a super long game, and because of that very reason, via the Patreon, we've sort of voted for another game afterwards, and I don't know fully what it is just yet, but it's looking like it's the Pokemon trading card game, which should be interesting in the respect that I don't really know much about the Pokemon trading card game as a video game. I know about it as a card game, and I assume the game is basically the same, just the video game version. It's a Game Boy game. So yeah, should be interesting. But that might not win. That's what it looks like at the moment, but it might not. It might all change. But thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye bye bye!